name is Cheyenne Powell, and I'm here to persuade you people to support exempting Olympic athletes from paying a victory tax. Title 26 of the United States Code states that all residents and citizens of the United States are subject to paying a federal income tax. Most everyone here is familiar with paying taxes and how irritating they can be at times. But what if I told you that even if you are bringing honor and glory to your country, Uncle Sam will still come for you? This is what our Olympic athletes are faced with every 4 years. This is because the government considers medals and money earned at the Olympics as income and taxes for everything that they win. I think that it is about time that we made a change. While researching, I found that more and more people are becoming aware of how unjust this is. In 2012, Marco Rubio tried to pass a bill and it failed. But just recently, Obama signed a bill stating that some Olympic athletes would be exempt from paying this tax. In the light of the recent 2016 Rio Olympics, which I'm sure we have all watched and kept up with, I think it is time that we looked at this and realized how unfair this is. I would like to discuss what the victory tax is, what this means for our Olympic athletes, and the steps being taken to rewrite this law. First, let me explain what exactly the victory tax is. Title 26 of the United States Code states that all residents and citizens of the United States are subject to paying a federal income tax. This income tax has been around since August 15, 1954. It states that anyone with an income over $624 will have to pay a percentage anywhere from 5% to 39% on their income. However, Section 74 of Title 26 claims that medals and money and prizes earned by anybody like the lottery, Nobel Peace Prizes, and including Olympic athletes have to pay for their money. It includes it as income. In other words, for everything that the Olympics win, they have to pay a percent back to the government. This has been coined as the victory tax. Now that you understand what this is, allow me to explain what this means for our Olympic athletes. Imagine, you just finished first place in a marathon and part of your medal is taken and a percent is cut off and given back to you. This is what it's like to be an American Olympian. Olympic athletes who bring home medals also bring home cash. $25,000 for gold, $15,000 for silver, and $10,000 for bronze, paid for by the United States Olympic Committee. According to Americans for Tax Reform, the maximum possible victory tax on the bonus for each is gold is $9,900, silver it is $5,940, and for bronze it is $3,960. Not only is there prize money tax, but also the medals they earn. This is done by calculating the medals involved used for their medals. Bronze is in the neighborhood of $600 an ounce, silver is about $300 an ounce, and bronze is almost nothing. Is this really how we should treat our nation's finest? Now let's look at what the government is doing to fix this. Currently, the USA is the only country that taxes its Olympic athletes when they win. This is not a recently rising problem. For decades, people have been trying to exempt Olympic athletes from paying this tax. There have been efforts in the past to exempt them. However, 2016 might be the year that Olympians have been waiting for. Just recently, legislation passed in the U.S. Senate. However, it failed in the House of Representatives. Senator Chuck Schumer issued a statement recently calling the House to pass bipartisan legislation that would exempt Olympic athletes from paying income taxes on their medal earnings. Just recently, Obama signed a bill that would exempt a few athletes from paying income taxes on their medals. It passed in the House 415-1 and passed in the Senate by unanimous consent. However, the tax hasn't completely gone away. Olympians who earn about $1 million a year still must pay their income taxes on their medal earnings. Being the most decorated Olympian of all time, Michael Phelps is just one of these athletes. We have all seen Michael Phelps. We know who he is. We've seen his names on magazines. I got this picture from People magazine. He's been on the cover of Time magazine. He's been on the cover of several magazines, and we of all, as Americans, are very proud of this man. However, our government has taken away part of his money. For just the Rio Olympic alone, he has been taxed $55,000 out of $140,000 for just the 5 gold medals and 1 silver he won in the Rio Olympics. How much of his well-earned money has been taken away from him altogether? Having won a total of 28 medals, 23 of those being gold, the numbers are roughly 253,440. That is enough to buy a really, really nice house. So, in conclusion, as you can see, Uncle Sam does not discriminate, even if you are bringing home the gold. Though we have come a long way in the past year, we still have a long way to go before every Olympian is given the treatment that they deserve when they get home. We should not just stop here. Why should any of the Olympic athletes have to pay for what they win? Many of these Olympic athletes, their job is practicing night and day. How can we expect them to be taxed just for winning when they have to pay for their training, they have to pay for their exercise equipment, they have to pay for all this, and yet they make very little at the Olympics and they're being taxed for almost half of it. So now you know what the victory tax is, how it affects our Olympic athletes, and the steps being taken to rewrite this law. Please take the effort to support the USA's best and brightest. Support exempting them from this tax. Go a bit further and try to exempt all Olympic athletes from this tax. You can show your support by going to www.atc.org and signing the petition to exempt Olympic athletes from paying this tax. I would like for all of you to think about this the next time you're watching the Olympics and thinking about how well they're doing, and you say they must be making a lot of money. Thank you.